All right, now you play on a console, you play on a controller, you don't like, or you play on a PC and you don't like mouse and keyboard. What do? All you gotta do is follow this nice little nifty guide for controller configuration for your Throne of Liberty character. And you can change it. You can change it however you want, however you feel like you want to change it. But aside from this, this is the basics really quick. I'm trying to go through it in less than 5 minutes. First thing you're going to want to do when you hop into the game, besides dropping a coin and making the wish, first thing you're going to want to do is go to controls. Under controls, you want to go to secondary features. Your secondary features is probably going to say use now, where you got a whole bunch of little boxes at the bottom showing all your skills. Nah. I implore you to try out the turn page first. You're going to hit the turn page first. You're going to make sure next target lock on is checked, and you're going to make sure select friendly targets with crosshairs is checked, and uncheck change attack targets when using skills. What that's going to do is turn your skill diamonds at the bottom there to just 2. So instead of holding up, down, left, right to use your skills, which prevents you from running around, you can simply press triangle button to swap over to your set. So you can say, boom, hit a buff, hit triangle, use a skill, hit triangle, hit another buff, hit triangle, and so on and so on. So this is the best way and quickest way to be able, you don't have to stand still. All right, now for the rest of the information here. In that same section under controls, you want to roll down to move. You want to make sure move to interaction target is checked. All of these below that are unchecked. Prevent falling and prevent auto unmorph. Under the attack section, do not queue your skills. The next one says lock skills that disables movement while moving. Uncheck that. Auto move within the range to attack target. Check that one. But uncheck auto move within range to use beneficial skills. That way you don't have to worry about trying to catch someone running away from your heels. Ryu, yes, we are on Snowburn. That is North America East region. Alright, next one you want to check is use beneficial skills on self if the target is out of range. So that way you're not chasing them. You can just use the skill on yourself and no worries there, no mana wasted. Next one you want to make sure check is auto use non-targeted beneficial skills on self as well. Always worry about yourself first. Any toggles, make sure they are unchecked. And these are the important ones. Aimed skills, lock on current target, and snap on targeting for ground directional skills. This helps you aim a lot better when you have skills that cover a certain area of execution, or AoE. Alright. Amatoy and all of that good stuff is to your discretion. Next, you want to hit circle or B, go back and go to character. Under character, large scale combat mode is to your discretion. Under attack, here at the bottom, you can leave mark my target's target, mark the friendly target's target. You can leave that unchecked or checked. That is upon for your discretion. It depends on what you want to do. Select targets to show skill effects. This helps with your frames per second. So if you're having issues with lagging, you can either do show all, show my animations, show party members animations, or show guild members animations. You want to keep the display cast bar, display window, and show buff debuffs applied by me. Next section would be character name display. You're going to make sure friendly player characters is on. Relationship is on relationship mark and not guide mark. Relationship mark, your name and your health on. Everything else below that should be off. This helps the screen from being cluttered. All the rest of this stuff below here is to your discretion. Reveal my weapons equipped, show my name in acquisition broadcasts, show my summon Amatoy, and show others Amatoy. I normally have those checked. Next, you want to get out of that section. What's going on, DW, man? Good morning and welcome to the stream. Next, you want to go ahead and get out of that area. Go down to target. Under target, just make sure everything under target is checked. Secondly, after target, you want to go down to camera. This is the next most important part for controller configuration. Your camera. Under camera, you want to make sure your horizontal camera rotation sensitivity is set to 90. Set it to 90. Your vertical camera rotation sensitivity can be set anywhere between 70 and 80. Uncheck camera smoothing. Make sure delayed camera collision zoom is checked. Uncheck horizontal camera rotation, invert, no inversion for camera inversion. Don't worry about that. Use shake effects for the camera, that's to your discretion. And secondary camera features, camera rotation disabled when locked on. Make sure that is checked. Change lock on target, uncheck that. And rotate camera to face direction, uncheck that. Alright, this is the last two parts. Character, horizontal on-screen location. Make sure your character's horizontal on-screen location is set to negative 2.0. Your character's vertical on-screen location is set to 0.5. This, as you can see, moves the camera accordingly. And this is basically your aim for the game. So you can set it to where it's comfortable for you based on your distance from your character. But since it's a third person, I find this to be the most comfortable setting for controller. Secondly, on your crosshair on-screen position, your crosshair on-screen horizontal position should be 0.5, and your crosshair on-screen vertical position should be negative 1.0. And this adjusts the crosshair that is on your screen. After that, everything else is to your discretion, whether it's UI, HUD, size, etc. You can adjust all of those according to how you want to play. But as far as controllers, that's just about it. I'm going to go ahead and go to the arena test dummies and show you all exactly what we just changed. A second, let me go on down here. Boom. Now, as far as lock on targeting, if you click in on the R3 button, you can lock on. Now, once you're locked on, you will not be able to turn and look at the next character. If you are used to playing games like this, where you can rotate your character,
did you come to practice your defensive skills?
This will help you focus on one enemy. Secondly, if you have a target, that didn't work. That didn't work either. I'm gonna have to switch over. But if you have a target, you can basically auto attack and it'll go directly to the player. But even if it's not locked on, the first person you hit, as you can see in the top right corner, practice dummy is still locked on. So no matter where you are, if you do not hit attack, it will not attack them until you go back to the main dummy. Alright. Let's go ahead and switch over. Oops. I'm going to switch over to healer class. Alright, now as for lock-on, snap-on targeting, as you can see, I have snap-on targeting on the ground. This helps for healing players and attacking enemies. So, snap-on targeting, all I got to do is, as you can see, I'm moving my cursor, which is kind of over the right shoulder of my character. So I'm moving my cursor and just putting my cursor over whoever I'm looking at, and that's who I can target at that moment. In order to unlock from that, all I have to do is press circle or press B. Now, if it is a person that you are healing, you would have to hold the circle button or hold the B button. So that way you can unlock from that player and lock onto someone else. Same thing with the arrow. As you can see, you have a green tube like area to show, you know what I'm saying, the damage that you're going to do. Same with healing. This is snap-on targeting, so they will require you to press it twice. But, of course, you'll be able to press it. Now, if you do lock on, if you're out there in the open world and you're taking out monsters and you lock on, after you defeat one monster, it will snap automatically to the next monster closest to it, and so on and so forth. So that way you don't have to worry about aiming. You could finish the monster you're on, and it'll snap to other monsters. And that's pretty much it, man. Pretty much it. As a healer, this helps out a lot, and as a DPS, it's very fun to play because I can constantly move and switch enemies at a whim. And also another tip, if you have multiple enemies and you're by yourself, button mash the attack button. Wherever you're looking at, when you button mash the attack button, you are changing your targets. So you can hit everybody. Just button mash it as if you are, even though it automatically attacks, just button mash it as if you are shooting your arrow or swinging your sword. And that's about it, man. Beanie, what's going on? All right, let me catch up on the chat. VW says, you saw that Tev Great Sword Father God got last night? Yes, sir. I did, and he has it in his pocket. He gave it to Chase. Adam B says, highly recommend flipping those deselect buttons if you are a